My brother laughed at me for crying over my dog's death, so I hit him where it hurt, and he wasn't laughing anymore. Hey Reddit, this week has been one of the hardest of my 15M life. My dog, Romeo, passed away unexpectedly a few days ago. He was not just a dog. A lot of people get what I mean. He was my best friend and the closest thing to me since I was 3. I did not think it would hit me this hard, but it did. Now, here is the thing. My older brother, 20M, is the stereotypical tough guy, super popular, full of confidence, high school musical type of thing. But he also has a bad habit of dismissing anything that does not fit into his worldview. We have never been that close. He thinks I am too sensitive, and I think he is a bit of a jerk, but I genuinely thought he would understand how much Romeo meant to me. I mean, even if he did not care about Romeo, he could have at least respected that I did, right? You guessed it. He did not. Yesterday, I was sitting in the living room, looking through old photos of Romeo on my phone, and, to be honest, I was crying. I thought I was alone. Then my brother walked in, took one look at me, and started laughing menacingly. Literally, it sounded like Doflamingo from One Piece. He said things like, "You are really crying over a dog? And man up, it is just an animal." I tried to ignore him at first and asked him to stop, but that just seemed to make him more of a jerk. He kept going, saying things like, "What is next? You are going to hold a funeral for him?" And even pretended to cry in a mocking way. I do not know what changed in me, but I snapped. I was hurt, angry, and just so fed up with how awful he was being. I remembered that not long ago, his girlfriend of 2 years had broken up with him. Ever since, he has been moping around the house, blasting sad breakup songs, and talking to anyone who will listen about how heartbroken he is. So I looked him dead in the eye and said, "At least my just an animal loved me. Your girl clearly did not love you the way she cheated on you. At least my dog died loving me. Your girl is still alive and did not love you." He froze, completely silent. Then his face went red, and he stormed out of the room without saying a word. Fast forward to later. My parents heard about what happened, thanks to him, of course, and told me I was out of line. They said I went too far and that I should apologize because what I said was cruel. But here is the thing. I do not feel like I owe him an apology. He mocked me while I was grieving, dismissed my feelings, and only stopped when I hit him where it hurt. I know what I said was harsh. I know it was not the nicest thing I could have said. But honestly, he started it. If he had just shown me a shred of emotion or even left me alone, I would not have gone there. Now my parents are pressuring me to make things right with him, but I do not see why I should have to apologize when he was the one who started being awful first. Am I the jerk? Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Info, the stereotypical tough guy, super popular, full of confidence, high school musical type of thing. The stereotypical tough guy who does musicals? OP. No, I meant like the typical Disney Channel tough guy. Thanks for this comment, though, it gave me a laugh. Commenter 2, not the jerk. Ask your parents where they are when he starts teasing you. Tell them no. A 20-year-old who makes fun of a sibling for crying over a pet is heartless. It also makes me wonder if he has a mental illness. He may be a psychopath or sociopath. I suggest you stay away from him. He has some serious problems. I cried like a baby when my pet died. Tell your parents he is 20, not 2, and he needs to apologize. Go low contact with him when you move out of the house. OP, thank you for this. I am very sorry for your loss as well. Commenter 3, did you share your side of the story with your parents? Why you said what you said, or do they only have your brother's version of events? It does not matter. They are clearly just asking you to say sorry to keep the peace because it is easier than being parents. You can offer a non-apology, the sorry you got offended type that will just make it worse. No apology, or just something to satisfy all parties. In a few years, you will have options of whether or not to be in your brother's life or allow him in yours. Sometimes playing the long game is more beneficial. Also, sorry about your pup. OP, I did share it with my parents. They told me that what I did was still not justified, and I know how my brother is. They did, however, sympathize with me, and I am just hoping they could do something about it. I really do want to be in his life, and I want to get closer to him, but I do not want to change myself to achieve that. Thank you. Commenter 4, how your brother is. You mean how they let him get to be because they keep making excuses for him and forcing those he hurts, to be the bigger person. How he is 100% on them, and by pushing you to apologize in order to smooth things over, they are failing you, the child, in favor of a grown adult. OP, damn, that is true. Editor's note, OP replied to a lot of comments from people sharing their stories about their pets. Most of them were just kind comments and expressions of gratitude for the support, so I did not include them in order to streamline this post, but he was very active in the comments. Update. 1.5 days later. Long story short, I think my parents had a talk with him, and if not, he just came to his senses. He came and knocked on my door, and when I opened it, he gave me the biggest hug he has ever given me in such a long time. It was much needed for both of us. He apologized and told me how he realized how much of a jerk he was being, that he has changed a lot for the worse, and that he just now realized it. I apologized as well for reminding him of his girlfriend, and for roasting him so hard. We legitimately had some bonding time where we kept apologizing, played FIFA, and just talked everything out. We both agreed to try to be better with each other and with our parents, and to just try to become the best versions of ourselves. I was genuinely so flabbergasted that he actually did that because I have not seen my brother show emotions in a long time. But these 2 days have somehow changed him, and I am not complaining. Thank you so much, everyone, for the advice. I really appreciate it, and I am so grateful for everyone who cared to read and comment. Reading these positive comments made my week and helped me understand how I was both right and wrong, and what I can do to improve myself. Again, thank you, everyone. Another edit, we actually are going to hold a funeral for Romeo.